Recording is on.
Hey everybody, we'll give folks a minute or two.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you, man?
Doing well, thanks.
All right.
Hello. We are live.
All right. Good to see you, Battern. Thank you for streaming.
No worries. I think I've got it nailed down now. I even was streaming the poker before.
Nice, man. How is the poker going, by the way?
This week I've actually increased the prize to $25 a bat to make it worth getting out of bed for. You know, it doesn't matter what level you are in the game. It's like, yeah, that's a nice chunk of change.
Nice. It's fine. It's fun. I was trying to play while on a call, so I, half paid attention. So,
well,
I didn't win. Let's just say I didn't win.
Well, now people have to pay more attention with $25 on the line. when it's for like $5, it's like, yeah, just go all in. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool.
Plus now we've got it streaming, so I'm going to try and use it as kind of like a funnel to get people in here as well. It's like you play the poker and then you come to the community call.
I love it, man. No, I think it's really cool, and I noticed you you timed it right on time for that, which is awesome. And I just love that we're streaming these out. Like, I think this is really helpful for getting exposure.
There's going to be a lot more streaming going on now. Now I figured out, like, what am I going to be playing today? Sorry, I'm just reviewing all the latest Web3 games. Yeah, that's what I do
now. That's cool though. I mean, like, there's more of that stuff popping up. I think I was seeing, it was cool to see some of the stuff with Decentraland. They're like working on a few things, and then also like Abstract and stuff. They're all kind of cooking up different things.
I need to start streaming on Abstract. I think that's the one to do now to get points.
Yeah. If you need to get added, let me know. We'll hook you up with Finn to get you added.
Nice.
Yeah. Like I think, I'll probably just stream like Web3 games or something. It's difficult finding ones that are on the Mac as well, and even better ones that have integrated BAT. But I've got some leads. I've got some leads that me and Luke are going to check out after this call.
We got some leads. It's awesome. It's fantastic. Cool.
I think Jenny's running a little late, so we might have to waffle.
Yeah. No worries. No, I think it's cool. Took an arrow to the knee. How you doing, guys? Good to see you, man.
I'm good, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good. Your knees all right?
Yeah. I'm by an arrow to the knee. I mean, like I had a kid.
Oh, got it.
That wasn't even like a plan, We just kind of woke up one day and, hey, we're having a kid. Life's over there.
The stork flew by and dropped the surprise on you. It's awesome.
Yeah, I used to double, triple stream. Oh, please, let's not hear from all the old men. Okay, I used to double, triple stream the thing. I would stream it on my account, the BAT account, and then the other BAT account as well. But then as time went on, I realized that was just too much work.
Crossing the streams.
Yeah, it was just managing all three streams is hell.
How's the fatherhood treating you?
Oh yeah, I've lost even more hair than I lost before. I still have hair though. I'm thinking about going to Turkey now. I'm gonna show up one day and just have 36-inch locks, and then everybody will be like, "Whoa, what happened?" I'll be like Elon Musk. Yeah, he just came back on his own. You know what I mean? I put some honey on it and some peppermint, and it came back.
Oh my!
And then everybody would be like, "Wait! I thought you went to Turkey last month." I'm like, "No, of course not. I went to Nigeria."
Love it. Awesome, man. It was good to see you, and let's see here. Jenny's rolling any minute. What else is going on? I can roll up with some updates here. Let's see if we've got anything interesting. All right. All right. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the Bat Community Call for Tuesday, May 6th, 2025. Hope you've been having a good week so far. We're into May now. This is awesome. We've been working on a couple things. We had a couple of podcast episodes drop. Check those out on with a couple of our partners. I think one with Zach Guzman from Coinage launched, and one from with Yuri from Decentraland came out too, and have one from the Sleepagachi folks too. So lots of new content coming out there, and some interesting stuff teed up coming forward. And yeah, I think I might be doing a few. Yeah, so I won't give too much away on that. But yeah, there's some other news around Brave. We've got some new block elements features for Brave Android released on version 178. Lets you block elements on pages. There, if you go to our Brave X account, we have some explainers on how to do that for folks who are interested there. But I know that's been something where we've gotten requests on it. So more page level element blocking, which is rad. And then yeah, I think Skype's now officially shut down. So Brave Talk is something we can recommend folks try. And then let's see here. What else do we got here? Let's see. Oh, there's a cookie. One thing we didn't talk about too is there's a cookie crumbler that got open source that helped people block the cookie consent notices. We open sourced that out too. That got some pickup, which is interesting. But yeah, let's see here. And Jenny's here with the update, so I'll hand it over to you, Jenny.
Hey, yeah, I'm here with the update, but I just realized that our broadcast is not live. If you don't mind, I'm just going to take a second to share the stream keys with Battern and see if we can get going.
You can take any number of seconds. That's totally fine.
Okay, perfect. We're going to try to get this going.
This one is on me. Sorry, I thought that it would be a different instance to my personal streaming. So it's now by streaming the poker, I stopped this one working. But
it's all good. It's all good.
All good. Just when you think you got it down,
Yeah. I was too happy. I had to be humbled.
It's a variation of the demo god example,
Exactly. I got a good chuckle out of that though, Battern. So
as long as people are laughing at my misery, I'm doing something all right.
Oh, indeed. Let's see here. Cool. What else? Anything else in this streamline?
Speaking of streaming, right? I noticed just now that when you click on the little three dots, it has like a start live stream option. Does that mean we can stream directly from Brave Talk? Because that'd be incredible.
I think you can. Yeah, I think if you're the admin on it, you can do that. I think. I need to double check.
Yeah, I'm just now seeing it for the first time, and it'll solve a lot of problems when it comes to streaming, because I know like how you have to like screen capture it with like a third like party software and then like stream that.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like I've got so I'm recording right now, and so I see it as grayed out. Like it shows the option, but the options grayed out on the context menu. And what I wonder if like it doesn't let you stream it while you're recording it. But I need to I'll test that out after the call and see if it lets me stream it without the recording running. And if that's like a limitation or something. You would think it would be able to do both, but like I just don't know enough to be affirmative on it.
Yeah, it's grayed out for me too. And like and I'm just thinking about this now because it's a whole different like aspect to Brave Talk that I've never considered. But these third-party software like are very difficult to work with. They're kind of like there's a very steep learning curve. And if Brave Talk can like stream, then this is like a way easier way to like learn how to stream. And you can still like screen capture other like browsers and whatever. So this is a whole different. I never even like considered this.
Yeah, like
So
I
this is
could
a
screen
different
record. I could screen record through the third party thing and have it be easier than like trying to use OBS or something to stream.
Right.
If I could use direct stream, is that I think that's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah, this is a lot better. And OBS is kind of broken now. That's why I can't even stream anymore. It won't let me download it on my. It's like depending on how good your hardware is, it'll depend on like can you actually use the software or not. And WebTalk is browser dependent, so it's a lot easier and it's a lot better. So that's like a whole different marketing angle to WebTalk that I've never considered.
No, I agree. No, I think that's super cool. And yeah, it could be really useful. I mean, I know like when we did like a holiday party one year where it was virtual and it was through Brave Talk, and they had like these different like movie screening rooms that you could set up, all these things where I'm like, I didn't even know we had these things available in here. And so, yeah, I need to do a deeper dive, I think, on some of these bells and whistles. Also, John here at 5 a.m. his time, like in the chat. Welcome, John. Good to see you here. All right. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, hold on.
Okay, I think we should be live in less than a minute.
All right. All
Okay,
right.
good.
You think we're good? Okay, wait, let me just double check.
I think I've done everything on our end. I put in all the stream keys, so it should be good.
Excellent.
If not, it's being recorded anyway.
You all kept your composure better than Bill O'Reilly did, right? Which is amazing, because it's ultimately where my head goes whenever there's streaming issues is the outburst there. John's first time meeting in here. Just welcome, John. All right.
Welcome, John. Okay, yeah, I don't see a live yet pattern, but it might take a couple of minutes. So let's just let it run. And if anything, we're recorded and we'll upload the recording to YouTube afterwards and put it in the summaries as always. So if anyone misses out, they can still find the recording. Okay, let's dive in, shall we? Okay, hang on. Sorry, my screen is really small. Okay, here we go. So this week on our X Spaces panel, co-hosted with Unfungible, our topic will be algorithm changes. Are smaller accounts the best investment for brands? We will find out with Freename, AITV, and Sending Network. Tune in on Friday, May 9th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Attention Token X. And then, of course, you can see some of our recent events listed there. And as you know, as always, the recordings are available on Attention X as well. Okay, this is an exciting one. I wanted to share our Unfungible Super Wrapped. This is a slide full of stats from our work with Unfungible over the past year. I'm not sure why it says 10 months of Spaces. It should say 12. We have been working with them for a full 12 months as of the beginning of May. So in that time, we have hosted 59 spaces, almost 60 spaces from the Attention Token X account, which I think is great. That's more than one a week. Yeah, it's awesome. We've also attended, or members of our team have also attended around 30 spaces as guests. So if you all didn't know, sometimes we send Battern or Drew or Godson or Guillermo or whoever, sometimes me, sometimes Luke, to attend Unfungible client panels as well, so that we can join in on the discussions happening there and share a little bit about Bat and Brave and what it is that we're up to on those spaces too. Our spaces in total have racked up over 151,000 total listeners, which is excellent. And we've been able to generate over 1.9 million total impressions across our spaces, which is really great, really great. And then some of the brands that we've collaborated with, I mean, we mention their names week over week, so I'm not going to go into all of them, but there's Forbes Web3, MemeFi, Freename, ECIO. I mean, we talk about them every week, so we won't get into the full list, but yeah, we have been able to get quite a reach on X and across the Web3, communities on X just by doing these spaces with Unfungible. So we are eager to continue our work with them, and we hope that you all have been finding the panels interesting. And yeah, we're gonna keep this up. We're having a great time doing them, and as you can see, our stats have significantly improved since taking spaces over to the official BatX account. Historically, we did them from the Bat community account, as you all know the story. You don't have to get into it again, but yeah, this has been great for us, and we're pumped about these stats. Thank you for
super cool. I mean, like, I think what we were doing before, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jenny, right? Like before we started working with Fungible, we were averaging like maybe and I think the listeners include recordings that people have listened to too, but I think we were at like maybe 200 to 300 per, and then I just did some back of the envelope. I think we're at like roughly 2,500 per, if I am looking at this correctly. Like
yeah, that sounds about right on average. Yeah, it sounds
awesome.
about right. So, yeah, it's been a huge jump, and part of that is just like moving from the community account to the official BAT account, which we have plenty more followers there, but also, through the exposure to other communities that Unfungible has been able to provide for us. Yeah, it's been great. I mean, they work with this rotation of clients, all big players in the Web3 space. And, when we do spaces, they bring some of their community members to our panels. We bring ours to theirs. There's a lot of cross, pollination going on, which has proved to be super beneficial for us. And just, being able to get the word about Bat and Brave out into the or just keep it top of mind and like in the zeitgeist. So
yeah, it's super cool. And like they've got like formats down pretty well and like lively. I mean, it's cool because like before it was like all the burden was on our team to kind of do all the hosting and like get all the guests and do all the other, and now they help with a lot of that, and then it lets our team like be like our team, right? It's really
yeah.
Super cool.
Exactly. They've been able to provide a solution for us that's really turnkey. Whereas like before, like you said, like we were putting together the agendas, we were trying to come up with, ideas for guests, and then we'd have to do the outreach and the coordination. And like, there was just a lot of prep that went into just a lot of logistical prep from our side that took up more time than it needed to. Like spaces aren't our primary focus, but they are important to us, and Unfungible really takes care of all of that. They put together the agendas. I mean, we have regular meetings with them where we provide ideas and feedback for the kinds of topics that we want to talk about, or if we have any product updates or anything that we're working on that we want to share. We try to come up with topics that can encompass those things and that like organically allow us to bring these updates into conversation in a natural way. But they also provide hosts, and their hosts are incredible. We love their hosts. I think their hosts are one of my favorite things about working with them. Two of our favorites that work with us regularly on rotation are Jack and Sansa, and they just have like the best energy. They're amazing at guiding discussions. It's like really a lot of fun. And then, like you said, Luke, our team can just show up. We can just focus on like reviewing the agenda and making sure that we have interesting talking points.
Yeah, and I think like
about what are we going to talk about today, or doing all this research on our guest projects ahead of time. Like that's not required anymore, although we still do that from time to time, or when it makes sense to.
Yeah, no, and I think too the where they joined the partner program too for rewards, and I think we're going to start to like promote some of their partners in there in the offer wall and through the ad units and stuff like that too. So it's cool to watch the relationship grow. So props to you guys for maintaining that, and like it's neat. Like I remember when we first started talking with them, they're like, look, like spaces are kind of this new area, and where people are consuming media differently, and it's cool that we're all like at the forefront of that. It's awesome. So keep it up.
Yeah. And now they're trying to, because the Unfungible team, they've got their fingers on the pulse of like what's trending with spaces. And now the new thing is like, video broadcasts alongside the spaces. So they're like, okay, guys, we all have to turn on our cameras now. And I'm like, that's maybe, I personally draw the line. We could have something on screen or whoever wants to be on, but yeah, we'll see.
You could have Batter and make you as virtual avatars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe we can have one of our partners like design virtual avatars for us or something. That could be cool. It could be like the gorillas.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's been supporting these weekly discussions. And again, I hope that you find them interesting. And if you don't, and you think, we should be talking about different topics or diving into specific areas that we, turning over stones that we haven't turned over yet, let us know, because we are super, super open to feedback. And so too is the Unfungible team. So yeah. Okay, let's move things along. Okay, wait, hang on a second. I need to make my screen bigger because I can't even see what's on my slide. Sorry, just give me a second. Let me just switch windows here. I'm gonna bring this up here, bring this down here. Okay. Yeah, okay, there we go. So much better. Okay, so we've mentioned this a couple times over the last several weeks, but now that we have a few more details, I just wanted to share with you all what's going on. So in case you don't know, there's a big global event coming up known as Bitcoin Pizza Day. It's put on by PizzaDAO. It's going to be the 5th one. It's a big event. It's like a holiday in the Web3 space, honestly. And it commemorates the first Bitcoin transaction for real world goods, which was 2 pizzas back in 2010. But today it's like this big party around the world. It's a day of like global parties or meetups around the world. And it's a nice entry point for newcomers or Web3 curious people to come and explore and meet with other people in the space and, just learn a thing or two. And so I'm not sure whether we approached PizzaDAO or they approached us, but anyway, we got in touch somehow and we decided that we would participate in this year's Pizza Day. So the way that we are going to be participating is by promoting the event with new tab takeovers in the browser. We may also be running some regional level ads to promote local events. And the reason that we're going to be doing this is that we think that it's a really great opportunity to talk about Bat and Brave in like a casual setting, especially for some of our ambassadors. And we'll talk about them more in a second. Just a setting that feels like low pressure and it's newcomer friendly. It's just like a great entry point for people to not only learn about Bitcoin, but also learn about Bat and Brave. And then, we're also going to use this as like a testing opportunity for a potential longer term collaboration with PizzaDAO, since they do events throughout the year. And as you know, we have our Bat Ambassador program, which also tries to put on events in regional communities throughout the year. So there may be a way that we can work together with them to sort of piggyback on events that they are already putting together and just have our ambassadors participate more actively and have a segment of each event dedicated to Bat and Brave updates. So like I said, we're going to be running some ads to drive awareness, but also we have ambassadors and Bat community team members attending pizza party events in several cities around the world. So right now we have people attending in Mexico City, in Montreal, Houston, Raleigh, Atlanta, Algarve, Portugal, Vienna, Nairobi, Tokyo, Phoenix, Fort Myers, and Delhi. So literally all around the world. And we're hoping to have more ambassadors participate as well. And yeah, the idea is really to just have representatives from Bat and Brave attend, network, see if there's any, interesting projects or interesting people doing cool things in the Web3 space that we might want to collaborate. Maybe we'll be able to find some potential partners for the rewards partner program, or maybe, projects that are interested in doing some advertising, or, maybe other projects that might be good to join us on Twitter Spaces. We're kind of going to leave it open, but yeah, I think it'll be a great opportunity for ambassadors who are interested in potentially hosting events of their own, but, are maybe overwhelmed by the prospect or don't really don't really know how an event comes together, I think just going to one of these events and seeing how it's organized and connecting with the organizers is just going to be a good learning opportunity for them. So that, among the other reasons I mentioned, is why we are participating. And then in addition to all that, of course, we do have a Bitcoin tie-in with Brave. Bitcoin is supported in the Brave wallet. We support native SegWit Bitcoin accounts since last year, since February 2024. And yeah, so, the ambassadors can talk about that and share that with folks at the events as well. So if you are in any of the cities mentioned and you want to meet some of our ambassadors or team members, you can let us know. We can put you in touch, and you can connect in person. And additionally, over the next couple of weeks, as we add, as we become aware of ambassadors who will be attending in more cities, we will be sure to make note and mention those on the following community call. Okay, moving on. I have a pretty exciting update about self-custody BAT rewards via Solana. So I spoke to the rewards team, and I have been informed that development to support the global rollout of self-custody rewards is now complete. So the self-custody feature will be available to all users in a matter of weeks. I don't know exactly how many weeks, but in a matter of weeks. Of course, there will still be some regional limits, primarily for internationally sanctioned regions, but everybody else will receive the option to connect a Solana wallet addressed to Brave Rewards, which is very, very exciting. I know we've all been waiting for this for a while. So yeah, hopefully you're all still looking forward to that. And then the last thing I'll say on this is that since the global rollout is imminent now, we are going to be retiring the Block Survey early access sign-up form at the end of this week. So if you still want to sign up for early access or have signed up, don't worry, your payment ID will be submitted. You will still receive early access, although, of course, everybody else is going to get access to in a matter of weeks. And if you miss the deadline for the Block Survey, then you won't have to wait much longer. So that's very exciting. Okay, that's all for me. Godson, over to you.
Thanks, Jen. Yeah, global rollout is very, very exciting because, the guys on the continent have always been asking, when are we gonna be able to sign up and everything like this? So it's very nice. But yeah, hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Godson, and I have your Brave with Africa update for the week. This week we are bringing back the Ambassador of the Month initiative, the African Ambassador of the Month initiative for the month of April. And our ambassador for this month is, of course, the man himself, Stan the Man. I'm gonna clap for you. You can't really hear it. Yes, and on the 1st of April, he completed the Jersey initiative for 10 Daily Football Club, and that was a very exciting update, and I still think about how cool that was that we were able to sponsor a football club with a jersey, and because it Stan's football club, it also lets him continue his evangelism on a regular basis. So shout out to Stan. I will be in your DMs. And also on the 15th of April, he also organized a Egerton University meetup with Core DAO. That was also a pretty cool event. It was a sizable attendance for that event. So I'm just kind of it's just exciting when you go back and look at the stuff one person has done in a month, and you're like, whoa, it feels like it's been happening for a year. But yeah, shout out to Stan. You can follow Stan on Twitter at Stan, and I'm not going to say your last name because I have no idea how to do it. So follow Stan on the @ right there. Next slide, please. Thank you. And we also are cheering on Alfred as the penultimate ambassador. Alfred was not as busy as Stan, which is why he is second place. But I also want to, encourage Alfred too for putting in the effort. I saw on the Notion earlier today that he's also planning something for the 24th. So shout out Stan. Stan was able to attend the Bitcoin Abuja hangout for us on April the 14th. He gave away a bunch of cool merch to the attendants over there. So shout out Stan. You can also follow Stan on Bat in Nigeria. That's Alfred on Bat in Nigeria. He's the one that runs that account. So
Nice.
yeah, that's it. That's it for us today. Thank you very much. I will be in your DMs, guys.
Hello, everyone. It's Batten here with my update for the month, for the weekly. This week, I'm hosting a space, Brits in Web3, because every team needs someone who loves tea. 10 a.m. EST on Thursday. Like, I very much enjoy doing our spaces with Fungibles, but at the same time, I feel I've learned a lot about hosting and how to do spaces from being part of those. So I'm not going to say I'm going to do a space every week, but when I feel like it, there's going to be an extra space. It's good to have that cross community pollination. But I found like over the years, I've met a few people from England or Britain in Web3, and I thought it's always fun when we get together. So that's the theme of that space.
I love the tie-in with the tea, and like you have really good tie-ins, like the poker, the tea. It's good. It's good vibes.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, but in case you weren't here, we've upped the prize in poker to be $25 a bat. See if we can draw people in. I can confirm it did draw more people in. I think we had about double the numbers we normally do. I'll be publishing the bat wearable for Decentraland this week and begin work on the cheeky little Batten hideout, because I should have my own little world by now. I don't know if I've said this before, but he reminded me today. But Bat Nicholas put the Bat Ambassadors on his CV and he got a job. I'm not saying that's how he got the job, but I'm going to believe that's how he got the job. And then on the right, I was going to brag about how good what I did with the streaming was, and then this one started. So yeah, that's all, folks.
Right. So, kind of overlapping with what Jenny was saying, we got the Global Bitcoin Pizza Day that's coming up this month, and I know we got a number of ambassadors that are enjoying their local event, myself included, here in Houston, Texas. I did it last year and was able to talk about Brave and hand out some merch, and it was well received. So, I think if you've got one near you, you should join. It's basically free pizza and getting to meet people that are also in the Web3 and crypto and blockchain in your area. So it's always a good situation. I think you can't lose when it's free pizza too. So check it out and see if there's one near you. And I'd recommend you joining, even if it's just as a attendee. That, and then also kind of overlapping with Godson and the Stan shout out there. We were able to create some guano soccer balls for a kids soccer team. So they got a couple soccer balls to help their team practice and play some more soccer / football for everybody else in the world. So he posted about that, I think either today or yesterday. So some guano footballs, guano balls, it's good out there kicking around some guano balls. Kick it in the K. There we go. But no, I always love to see Stan, put in work and always, sharing Brave, back, guano, everything that we do. So really appreciate that. And just know there's kids out there kicking around some guano balls in Kenya. And then just the normal weekly events, like Batter mentioned, we get the poker, which was well attended today. That was fun. And then the Dave that does trivia each week, and Dragon Dave who does Jackbox each week on the weekends. So you can check the Discord for those events. And I think uh, Super King Nicholas is still running. Is he still running the Clash of
Yeah,
Clans? I'm not sure, to
Clash
be
of
honest.
Clans. That's what inspired me to get that update.
I know you mentioned it, yeah. So yeah, we've got weekly events going on, so feel free to join and have some fun with the rest of the community on those. And then of course working on the back end on more and more partnerships for rewards partner program and things like that, and making the ones that we have better. So yeah, that's all I got. Thanks, Jay.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well and having a lovely day. Okay, so for additional updates, the Back Community Call Summary number 49 was published in our Notion, and I'm currently working on Summary 50 in both English and Spanish. So this will be published soon. And don't forget that you can find all the summaries in the same Notion link. I shared the link here in the chat, and we made a post last week on the Back Community X account, so you can bookmark the post if you don't want to lose it. And also, the Japanese team is still working on the translations for summaries 40 to 43. And last week, I shared some highlights from the Bat Mexico team at Talentland, but I have more information and photos for you this week. So the team has been extremely organized and consistent with their reports and information. So I wanted to share that with you. Next slide, please. Thank you, Jenny. So again, the event was in Jalisco, Guadalajara, Mexico, from April 21st to the 24th. And Cariño and Eric were our Bad and Brave representatives there, and they made an amazing job. They're awesome. So here we have a list of the objectives versus results that the team kindly provided on their report. So first, for network building, they met Melissa from Trep Camp. She wants to introduce their 5K community members to new tech by online webinars or IRL events. Then Roba from Rise Decentralized Community, and they organized events to onboard people to Web3. Then Carla Revilla from Unlock, she organizes Web3 events as Unlock ambassador. Then Isaac, Mr. Coin, he organizes Bitcoin and crypto meetups in Guadalajara. And lastly, Polkadot Mexico team. So the Bat Mexico team was they were already their friends, but now they're able to collaborate in future events / meetups with them, including the robotics contest in Morelia if the team is able to attend. Then for Brave User Growth, they met Juan Diego, who is a team leader from Morelia, Michoacan, and they also met his team, and they built a community with them and got invited to participate in their university's robotics contest this year as speakers. And they didn't know anything about Brave, so Eric and Cariño did a special meetup to introduce them all. And at the end, there were some downloads, some followers to the Instagram account, and a new WhatsApp group with 13 active participants. Then they also met Rafael, a Guadalajara-based tech enthusiast, content creator. He also didn't know much about Brave, so they introduced it. They introduced Brave as well, and he said that it's awesome that a Web3 browser can reward users for their attention. And he said that he'll talk about Brave in a video, so we're gonna wait for it, and hopefully, we can share it with you. Then they were tagged in some people, some posts through their different social media channels. So Jamil tagged the Bat in Mexico account on an Instagram story. Then Cryptomata tagged Cariño and the community account on an post, as well. And the BAT team tagged Polkadot ambassadors from the BAT in Mexico Instagram stories, and they got reposted. And lastly, I know this is a lot. I'm so sorry, but I feel like this was very, very important to share.
No, this is great. This is great. Keep going. Take as much time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. And lastly, they had content creation. So first of all, they took photos of the merch they got. Then they took some other photos of actual Brave users showing the app on their phones. And I'm going to share some photos with you in the next slide. They also made some videos of people saying why they already use Brave as their main web browser. So that was like an interview video. And then they also took photos of their first meetup with the attendees and people, taking some merch and taking photos about that. And finally, they have videos of people enjoying and interacting with the BAT Mexico community, like playing and dancing and just joking. And yeah, next slide, please. Okay, thank you. And here are more photos from the conference and also from the side event they organized at the Airbnb. They got photos with projects, communities, also students from different universities in Mexico, and people downloading Brave on their phones. Next slide, please.
Is that thunder in the background, Paula?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I
Wow,
hate
that's super
thunders.
loud thunder. I thought maybe she either dropped something or it's thunder. Dang.
No, we're used to that in Costa Rica, but to be honest, I'm very, very scared of thunders. But
Oh really?
I try to stay calm. Yeah. No, I hate thunders, but we have to be, we're used to that because there's a lot of rain right now. It's our winter happening right now, and for us, the winter is just rain. But yeah. And okay, what was I saying? Okay, yeah. So here's the certificate of participation that the BAT Mexico team received from the organizers of Talentland. I think it's the first time we've received a certificate of participation in an event, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Jenny, but I think this is the first time, right?
For community, I think it is. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done some judging and things in hackathons before, but I don't. But this is like fully on community. Like, it's cool. And I think one thing that's super interesting to see, and this is like noteworthy because we're seeing this in Latin America and also in Asia and other parts of the world where you're seeing a lot of like retail stablecoin adoption stuff. The sponsors on this event are like no joke. I mean, like Capital One, like more institutional players and local regionals too. Like it's really cool. It's so important that there are efforts being made in these areas to like get the word out. So it's super cool to see this.
Yeah, thank you. I love that, and I love that they shared with us. And okay, next slide, please. And of course, we made some posts from the BAT account and also from BAT Latam and BAT Mexico. So once again, huge shout out to Eric and Cariño for making this possible and for their amazing work as always. But yeah, that's all from us today. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's great. Awesome updates. I mean, like so much going on and super cool to see like all these different events happening and just getting the word out. Like it's important. And I think too, if you're watching this, whether it's on X or recorded or live or whatever, and you're looking to help us spread the word to you in your area, and there's events going on or whatever, like feel free to reach out to anybody on this call, like from the team, and we'd love to get you out there. I mean, like Paula and like and Stan, them, like you all basically kind of like have like a run book or a program that you run through with the community volunteers, right? That do these things so that they know like kind of what to talk about, like answer questions and stuff like that. Is that true?
Yeah, and also part of their ambassador training in general, like when they join the program, included in that is kind of like, we talk about messaging and talking points and what to talk about, what not to talk about, and then, like what updates to focus on. And then we kind of deal with events on a case by case basis as well, and try to tailor like the messaging and the comms and any activations or any demos or anything that the ambassadors will be doing to, what's relevant at the time, and also what's taking place at those events.
Super cool. I love it. It's an awesome thing you all are doing. And yeah, better.
There's also a lot of emotional and informational support goes on the DMs in the leading up to events. Sometimes people are quite nervous. Like it isn't always there on the surface, but the support is always there for everyone who needs it. Because it's difficult speaking in public sometimes, or like going up to random people. But some of us have been doing it for a while now, so it's good to hand over the experience.
It's fantastic. I mean, like, this is something I remember we were talking about this a couple of years ago, where we're like, look, like it'd be great to like get, ambassadors doing these things. And I mean, that's a shout out to you guys. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that, gets these things ready so that, we can have people in the community go out and do these things. And it's really awesome to see. And I think the timing's good too. Just from kind of zooming out, I think, we're seeing like it's kind of like renewed hunger. You see it on the Ethereum community. It's becoming a topic, but everywhere else too, where like people are like, what are the apps? Like, what can we do? Like, what's out there that people can use that is in the space? And like, we've been leading the way on that front for years. And people sometimes like they came into the space after, after we've been around for a while and weren't part of that initial launch wave or whatever. It's super cool that we have these things and are getting the word out like every week. So yeah, I love to see it. Really, really great to see.
Yeah. One thing I just want to add to is that like we have full confidence in our ambassadors who, we allow to go out and attend these events and represent Bat and Brave. Many of the people in the Bat Ambassador program, in fact, most are people who have been major fans of Bat and Brave for years, are super fans, power users who have been highly active and engaged in our social communities, on these community calls for years. So they already have like such a strong base of knowledge about the project. And then our job is really to just like help refine that with them, and also give them any additional resources and tools that we can, so that they can, go out there and represent with confidence, because they already oftentimes have, most of the knowledge, and they have the willingness and the drive. And yeah, we're just here to guide and support. But they're all amazing and do such an amazing job. And yeah, they hardly require, much guidance, because they really are on the ball and know what's going on. It's great.
Super
some
cool.
of them know more specific points than some of us do, to be fair. Like there's such specialist knowledge when it comes to some things.
No, and it's cool too. I mean, it's such a good way to get feedback from people that are hearing about it for the first time, and like getting that to other people in the community. Everybody can be informing each other and stuff. And I think one of the nice things is like you can do a meetup and people can try the thing out. I remember we would do like, I'd go do panels or like presentations, and like you'd see people in the middle of it while you're talking about Brave, they're like pulling their phones out. And I remember like when I first started doing them, just being nervous, they might hit some edges or some, bugs or something. But now it's just like, yeah, try it, get in there. Like, fact check what we're talking about here, that kind of thing, it's super cool to see. And also one like good takeaway too, that Jenny mentioned was around the self-custody rewards rollout too. I know there's been like a lot of anticipation. We've been phasing it in. The team's been kind of testing and iterating and learning along the way. That's going to be a big awesome thing to see once anybody that wants to can just like go do the on-chain rewards and like a big check off the box for what we've been trying to do with the roadmap and things. And then also like gives us another some headroom to go and look at additional networks to integrate and other things like that, because we've been getting interest around that too from new communities since we launched the program. So pretty awesome to see. And I'm excited for that. And Christopher and team have been putting in some really good work. More too on the offer wall. We've been I know there have been some questions too from the community around like earnings and getting additional offers and stuff like that. We've been the first cohort of partners we brought on when we did the first announcement. Some of these things were just kind of rolling out, and now that we've got parity across the different operating systems, we've been going back to the partners and working on getting different utility pitches in and getting some of these offer promotions landing. That'll include more earnings and stuff like that. So stay tuned. They'll be kind of coming in like one-offs at a time as we go, and then we'll add updates and let folks know. But it's something I just want to reassure folks that it's not something we're not doing. We're putting a bunch of work in with the partners on getting some of these utility plays organized and getting them kind of logistical parts kind of lined up. Some of them have like product launches that they want to tie this in with, and others have certain events they want to kind of focus this on. So we'll be rolling this out like as we go. And that's one of the reasons we kind of made the program the way we did, was that, it gives the partners time to really kind of like get familiar with the formats and like and kind of cook on ways that they want to incorporate it. And then we're also kind of getting a little pushy with some of them too, to just like turn it up a notch a bit too. So so I just want to kind of reassure folks on that front, because with these things, sometimes people have certain set of expectations or whatever. And in some areas too, it could have probably been a little more clear on some of these things, but we're also taking note of that too, and going forward and all that too. So super excited. Feedback we've been getting has been great. I think I mentioned it last week. We've about half the partners lined up for May already. And we're getting more and more interest in, I think, like Bad Iron mentioned, he had some leads. Like they're kind of coming in all over the place. We're having a bunch of meetings with different partners over the weeks ahead too. And we're working on some other developments around BAT too as well. That should be pretty interesting. That will be trickling out as they get closer and closer to rolling out. So super excited on that. We've got 7 minutes left, so I'll open the floor up to anybody if you got questions or you want to talk about anything. The floor is yours. We got 7 minutes left. Let's go. Anybody? Or not, like I can just keep rambling too. No problem either way.
Hey, Luke.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, quick question.
Yeah.
That estimate of the buys, like the monthly buys, I remember, is that still what's the update there?
Yeah. So I mean, like we have the partners are in. Some of them we've been working on. We're getting them to buy in, and then also are doing some exchanges in some cases. Like if they want to build out a bunch of like collectibles or certain things, like we might borrow part of it. But yeah, like we're still running off of those estimates, and then we're also kind of building in some other ways that they can. Part of what we're talking about, but with the offers, is like figuring out ways that we can better integrate it with the platform too. So it'll influence some of the buy side things too, in a positive direction. Like because like in addition to kind of inventory, you can also add in like buy purchases like through the platform. So that kind of stuff going forward too.
And then I remember on the that roadmap that you guys flashed like a couple months ago, it was like saying Brave ads will migrate to the wall eventually. Is that still the thing?
Yeah, so it'll be iterative, right? And it's not all going to happen at once, and it won't be all of Brave ads. I think what we're looking at doing is like we've gotten feedback around the notification unit over the years where like some people don't mind it, some people think like it's too pop-up like or whatever. And so the idea is that with the offer wall, like the new tab takeovers will still be there, like that part's going to be there, but with the notifications, like it'd be with the offer wall, we have a lot of control over the modules. We can put in different modules. We're working on banners and things there too. And then you can also launch things from them. So like it could be a more interactive experience there that we have control over to do more rich media things, etc. So like the idea here long term is that you basically like instead of notify people like that they have new offers, we can plug those offers in to work from the local model too. Like, so they're seeing offers that are related to what they're browsing, etc. And then you notify the user through the notification that there's new offers from brands that they like that are available. And we can try things out like, like letting users like subscribe to brands that they like, right? So you can get offers from ones that you are more have more of an affinity to, and then we can also have the model look at those and find similar brands, things like that to feature. So it's kind of like part of this attention economy is the advertising is a part of it, but the other part is that like it's a transactional economy, right? Like, and we want to start to innovate bad at other levels, like whether it's payments or other types of rewards related to engagements and things like that are richer than just seeing an ad and getting something, right? Like I think it for a partner that would want to work with us, I think they want to get a customer, right? If we can build up transacting customers through this through our model, through Brave, like that's a everybody's trying to advertise to get an end transaction, right? Like if we can, the closer we can get to like that end goal, the better, right? So like it's an iterative thing that we're rolling out. The first wave here with this program is to get partners in and get them familiar and get the stats going for that, and then it's going to be something where we'll be rolling out a cleaner UX over time, and it's kind of like progressive, right? So like you want to have things evolve, but with feedback and also just with new opportunities that come up. I hope that helps. Baz, you got a hand up. How you doing, Baz? Haven't seen you in a while.
I'm doing good. Was out of the country for a week or two, so first time I've been on a call for a little bit.
Yeah, man. Welcome. How's it going?
So it's going good. Good. I thought I'd pop in and ask a quick question. So I know some of the big tech companies have been kind of taking some L's lately, probably for the benefit of most people. And what I was wondering about is, are we starting to like move in the right direction to potentially get, the full rewards experience back on iOS, where people can start earning back? Because I think, or getting rewarded with that, because I was kind of thinking about with all the move to like on-chain rewards and other stuff. I think there's definitely some users here. They hear that, they're thinking, "Oh, cool! I can start doing rewards fully again in my country," but then they like they're on iOS and it's like, "Oh, well, actually, kind of not."
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And like this stuff with Epic, the ruling around it was just like just landed. And for folks who aren't familiar or might not have been following, there was a big case that Epic had brought against Apple around their whole. They had Apple had they had really stringent policy or strict policies on the payments. They wanted to have that IP layer between the transactions in apps in their ecosystem that Apple kind of was like the gatekeeper of, and then they have their tax on it. So they charge on top of the cost of the thing. So the ruling actually went into Epic's favor, and it required Apple to change their payment policies. So things like crypto payments, web payments that were once prohibited or very restricted, like are now eligible and supported on Apple and at iOS, right? And so it's definitely something we're talking about internally, like the best approach on there. It is just like the news just landed around it, so it's going to take some time for us to like figure out the best plan to introduce it and how we want to do it, etc. But it was really, really awesome to see that ruling come down. It was like, huge shout out to Tim Sweeney, to Epic. Like that, it was like a very very cool effort that they put a lot on the line to try and have that impact, and they had it. And so, yeah, like I think stay tuned on that front. It's something that, news just landed around it. We're teams talking about it. We're figuring out the best path to go forward with it, but it opens the door up again that was closed. So it's awesome to see. Cool. And Baz, lovely to see you, my man. Thanks for dropping by too. And we're right at the top of the hour. So many thanks to everybody who joined. Great updates this week. We will be back 1 week from today. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, see you all online and have a great week. Talk soon.
Stay brave, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, everyone.